This week with Bob and Chris. And Chris, I noticed it's pretty sunny where you are today.
Yeah,
Looking
it's
pretty
not
warm.
Michigan. I'm in the Caribbean.
No.
I'm over VPN over Wi-Fi. So if this flakes out, blame the
Okay, if it
resort.
flakes out, I'll be running solo. Anyway, it's cold. It's cold up here in New Jersey today, and I guess it was kind of cold yesterday for Lastpass when the announcement came out about the latest issues going on over there.
Yeah, it's interesting because the way that the architecture works, or at least the way that they say the architecture works, is customer like information as far as passwords aren't accessible internally. But they did get some other customer information. They just didn't really say what customer information they got. So it was probably like names and email addresses and things like that. Still kind of important because they'll know that you're a LastPass customer. So if you don't use like a really good password or passphrase to protect your vault, you might be under attack at some point. That's probably what I gleaned from that.
Yeah, but I actually sent something out yesterday recommending that people don't, saying that, yes, LastPass had some issues. It didn't, but if you're using multi-factor authentication with your vault, that you should continue as usual.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
they didn't say passwords were actually accessed. I'm just more worried
if they find a vulnerability, oops, there we go. You just blacked out from Wi-Fi. So are you back? There you go.
I'm back. Okay,
Yep, you're back.
sorry guys. It's a little flaky here. So
Hey,
uh,
Caribbean
yeah,
Wi-Fi.
I think with the multi-factor authentication, is still doing it.
No, you're good.
Okay. What to Bob's point, like if you're using multi-factor authentication, that'll stop some things. But like even if they use like a simple password or something like that, there may be a chance where somebody's like trying to attack your account to see if they can get access to it. And then if they know that the password is good, they can target phishing emails and things like that towards you, trying to get you to authenticate with MFA. So something to keep in mind.
So what are you recommending right now for multi-factor people that are on LastPass? I've told them, let's
Yeah.
let's keep what you've got in place. I'm not jumping ship yet, and I kind of figure that any code review is going to happen, and even more now to try and mitigate any future issues from the code that got out.
Yeah, the thing that got me was typically when you're breached or you have an incident, you'll rotate like storage keys and things like that. So basically, passwords that are used to authenticate to like storage on like Amazon or like API keys or things like that to tie into other things. It doesn't seem like they did that when they got breached back in August.
Great.
So it's like you because the hackers used data they got in August to gain access to what looks like Amazon storage accounts in November. That's kind of alarming just from an internal security standpoint. I'm sure they're going to fix that now, but still in a lot of things. So the thing that we can learn as a business is if we have an incident or we have a breach, we need to regenerate and rotate those keys. So if you have like your CRM tied in with something else, maybe for automation, like you use like an API key, if you have an incident like that, you should definitely rotate that. And that's the same premise that LastPass should have used, but they didn't.
Well, you should be
To Bob's
rotating
point,
those
though, I'm
keys.
not too worried about the actual password vaults of everybody. Yeah.
We should probably be rotating those keys on an annual basis anyway, at the bare minimum.
Yeah. Or have some auto rotation set up. A lot of keys can be rotated, so unfortunately. So yeah, like to Bob's point, you just got to schedule it and just rotate them.
Yep. Well, that was a message I really wanted to share. I know you're on vacation this week. I appreciate you coming in, and the LastPass thing was a big announcement for yesterday. So I was actually presenting yesterday morning, and I was actually talking about LastPass, saying, and then all of a sudden later in the day we get that notice that came out. It's like, okay, so it's all good.
Well, I
Guys,
mean, 2 times
by the
a month is
recommendation
well.
today, use a password manager. LastPass keeper. I really don't care right now which one you're using, as long as you're using something besides Excel.
Yeah, Yeah, well, exactly. And make sure that you use a passphrase, a long passphrase to protect it, and multi-factor authentication. And that's all I got.
Yep. Well, you can go back to the beach now
Thanks.
and make sure you got a lot of sunscreen because I know you burn.
The amount of sunscreen I put on should appall everybody. So
Okay, until next week. Until next week when you're back in someplace colder. Have a good week.
cold my boring white background. So all right. See you next week.
Bye, guys.